I was jumping up and down. Now you're gonna feel like I feel. There you are.
There he goes. Gotta be smarter.
It's all right. This is the only new chair.
I don't know.
Where's everybody? Holy cow.
John's not here. And he's supposed to sign this here.
You better be there.
John.
Wait, I'm gonna give you my last meeting. My goodness. Okay. Oh, you got like a project yet? You three. Wow.
Don't forget to hit the thermostat if you haven't already. Craig.
It's comfortable.
60 and a half.
Full, he said hit the thermostat. He's watching.
61. It was 61 downstairs.
Yeah, my office is 59.
Yeah, that's climate control. We gotta save some money.
I just turned it.
$75.
We haven't had to use the refrigerator.
Did you see this? I got invited to the appreciation dinner on November 2nd.
It's been in your mailbox.
Yes.
I know.
All right, claim knocker, who would like to have that first? I need you to sign some stuff.
You want me to sign
You
it?
don't need to leave it, just sign it.
Okay. That's what we lawyers do.
It's like, these binders are.
The very last page. Each binder has the very
Oh, for that
last.
stormwater project?
Okay, these are for me, these other
No,
stuff.
we already signed it. Attorney. Yep.
Certificate of owner's attorney.
And so you sign all four, you take one for your office. We keep one in your signature back. And I don't know about Candace. Unless I have it, usually she texts me.
It's 7. It's almost 7. What is WebWorks? Is that our
Internet, internet page, web page. I do not have anything from Candace.
Sure. The flag is over here in the corner, by the way.
Looking
for it last time. You should see it. It's right on. Like a 3 Stooges that gets kept by whoever. Seven? All right, here we go. Call meeting order. See, we're praying, then we'll do the pledge.
Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to be here. We thank you for our community. We pray, Lord, for your governance of what takes place tonight. We pray for wisdom, discernment as we make decisions. Pray, Lord, that what transpires tonight would be a benefit to this community now and in the future. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
John, welcome, sit up here.
Sign it.
Another seat too.
It's a rarity. But there's an extra seat.
Yeah. I was gonna get another chair so we could put it up there too. You did good.
All right, we'll find the agenda there. Roll call, Amy.
Joe Scott,
Here.
Steve Brogan,
Here.
Tammy Carter, Tom Roberts.
Here.
And Adam Jones.
That's just it.
I've always been on.
Can you do it?
I can't.
All right. Board minutes from last meeting. It's like Adam, you'll need to abstain.
I've been called a lot worse.
Okay, I need someone to make a motion on the board minutes, Joe or Steve.
I'll make a motion that we accept the board minutes from October. Thank you.
Second.
Okay, there was a budget meeting and a council meeting, so just
We're gonna do them separately.
now.
What you do, get it.
All right, for both the budget meeting and the council.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I'd say.
You just hand me the short seat, is this what you normally?
You can raise that.
All of them were down like that. I don't know who's up here.
That chair comes with a free Happy Meal.
As long as it's a good toy, I'm good.
We'll calm it right now.
The 14.
All right, financial reports. Joe signed off on the bank statement for reconcilement for September,
I did the
and you did it off August. Does that belong to it, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
So they both were reconciled, I assume, and
Yeah.
thank you.
White as snow.
Okay. There's also a payroll. Do you have that in your payroll distribution report that you need to review? I think I've sent it. I don't know what I sent it. It's right here in front of me. So I'm gonna pass it to you so you can review it and then hand it back to me. I was just testing.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Guys, we're getting close to the end of the year, so you want to pay close attention to the fund report, which is our cash balances, and the appropriation report, which is expenditures. Now, if you look at it, I just want to roll a quick note. In the appropriation report, down at the very bottom, it says that we have spent $336,000 out of the general fund. Our budget is only less than 200. Now, 187 of that was reimbursed, so that doesn't count. So you really have to back that out of the 336. So we're really right at about 150. So we're in good shape, really, going with the last couple minutes. All right. Delaware County Regional Wastewater District, have their report here. Looks pretty standard again. One thing I wanted to really note was that they have arrived with an agreement. I might have mentioned this last month with the county, and the county is funding the project with the art monies that they have. So they're going to fund that short little project that's over on, is it Wild Cherry Lane?
Yeah.
Overlook, or it's over
Overlook
that-
Drive, isn't it?
What is it?
Overlook
Overlook
Drive.
Drive, yeah. It kind of goes up a hill, and so they're going to fund an entire project. So they want to actually have the residents come in on December 14th. Let me look at that, make sure. December 14th, so,
He probably has it in the report.
no, it's on the email. So, I don't know, did we contact them for the last time they asked him to come here? Do you know?
I sent an email to Jason asking for the report. I didn't know you wanted him here.
Not, he doesn't need to be here tonight.
Oh.
But they're want to have a meeting here on
Okay.
December 14th to talk to the residents about the project. So I don't know how last time we did the same thing, but I don't know whether we contacted them or whether Jason did.
Oh, the residents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would guess we would have to. They wouldn't know who they are.
They wouldn't have the names.
So is there a way to get those addresses on Overlook, Amy, off your?
Yeah, I mean, I can, if I know the area, yeah, and then,
They water customers.
It would be water customers.
yeah, so I mean, I just need to know the area you're wanting to contact, who needs to be contacted, whether we can pull them off.
All right, good.
So you want me to do that, and
Yeah, we can.
what are we gonna do? Send them a written notice, is that what?
I written notice their DCRW, whatever it is, RWD is having would like to have a meeting with them
We'll just send
on
them.
December 14th to talk about the upcoming project.
Or you just want to send them the addresses and have them,
I prefer they do that.
yeah.
Okay, so let's just do, I like that idea.
I like that idea.
You don't have to construct.
Look at that, sitting up here, you've already contributed.
I'm still at the kids' table, but I'm good. I'm living.
Where's your
Okay.
sippy cup? Those are under your second. Where's that FEDC?
So we have a BCA item tonight, and who would like to speak on that? Yes, Tom?
BZA read a amendment for the residential property to move it to special use for the hub for operating through the Dell LLC. The BZA made a recommendation to send it to the board for final approval.
Can we get a motion on that?
Make a motion that we accept the BZA board's recommendation regarding the,
Special use.
special use.
Issues with that. I second it.
Any discussion? Everybody know what we're talking about, right? We've had a very positive influence, I think, in the community, so if there's no discussion. Are we all in favor?
Yep.
Anybody opposed? There you go, Joe. All right, departmental reports. Sanitation. Joe.
I called last week and they were supposed to come get the porta potty from Shellerberger, but I haven't been down there to see
I
if
asked them
they
to.
did.
I was drove by there this weekend sometime and they were still there.
They're still there.
He told me we get to them that day, whatever day Tom contacted me. So I will call them again tomorrow. And then,
Is that waste management?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Best way.
That's what.
that's what, yeah. And, there was, whatever Amy sent out about the recycling. It's gonna be the second weekend of the month at the fire station.
We're just leaving it the same.
But they're having a special one.
We are doing a special, they are doing a special one for us next weekend, just setting it to, since they kind of had the miscommunication. So.
I want to make a public notice on that too, because I talked to Amy about it and she jumped on it and got us them to come in. So thanks, Amy.
So, did they tell you a price? Was it more or
Well,
less?
they're, putting it in our contract for free.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I was wanting to know whether or not we could do 2 times a month.
Well, now you're pushing it,
I know.
not for free, you're being greedy.
Yeah.
Free.
I know.
I
So I
think
won't
free
do
is
that.
better than twice a month.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. That sounds great.
That's all I have.
Oh, what about waste management and their trash?
I wish
cans,
Trina
leftover
was
trash?
still
Yes.
here.
I wish Trina was still here. She's-
They were in town today picking up.
Oh, okay, so they're finally,
I think they're doing it on a kind of a random basis.
Yeah, that's
We
my truck.
have-
Through here 2 days ago. Flatbed.
I've called, Trina spent many minutes on the phone, calling people and because they literally didn't pick up ones with trash in them. There's still trash in them. So we're hoping that by the time we griped at them long enough, that they're finally getting them picked up. Because, well, basically, Brad called his contact and said, you either get them picked up or I'm going around with my trailer and I'll pick them up and keep the trash cans. We use them for our parking bins.
Yeah, there you go.
That may have got them going a little bit.
Would best way to do those, like if they're sitting out on the curb,
The green ones, I don't know if they'll
I think
empty
they
or not.
would. I mean, it's just a different color. It would
I
be
mean,
nice.
he
if
would
they
if we,
Well, and the-
They should be
when
done.
got waste management on there, I don't know if they would run into a legal question about that or
I'm
not.
sure they wouldn't want to because they want to buy the old
Yeah,
ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
so I don't know if they.
hopefully
would.
they've got it picked up, we won't have to worry about it.
You know, people aren't gonna deal with
take a 200-pound dumpster at that point that's completely full of trash, they're not going to deal with it. It will just sit there until we deal with it. So that's kind of why I was asking that question.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, anything else for Joe?
No,
You're busy this month. All right. Water department. Brad's not here, is he? I do know one thing. Do you guys remember the lightning strike that hit and destroyed one of our
Yeah.
water pumps? It was like a $25,000. Well, we did get a insurance check for $20,000. So.
Well, I think it was like 26,000, I think we got,
So
Yeah.
paid for everything you could without the
probably the
deductible.
deductible.
Yeah, and there was some question at some point whether we're going to cover it. But I think Brad contacted Peerless, and they documented basically what happened and everything. And because the reason was because it took so long to make the claim. And Peerless said it was their fault and the timing of everything. So we got it checked, so that's good. I think that's about it on water. Anybody have any questions?
Did you say Peerless?
Peerless,
Was
it's a company called Peerless.
Okay.
Yeah, they did the repair.
They do a lot of water pumps and that sort of stuff. That's their main gig.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, streets. Adam, you said you had some.
Yeah, I got some information from Brad, pertinent information. He's gotten 2 loads of salt. So he is ready for whatever comes. And then this past week or so, they've been working on getting all the Christmas decorations set up and deployed.
A lot of new stuff they're doing out there at the park.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a gingerbread house,
Cool.
Santa Claus, walk through.
Yeah, they also got the guard check completed a couple weeks ago.
It's gonna be a gingerbread house for a while.
I thought it was gonna be Santa's house.
No, then we have a different one for Santa.
It's a multi-use.
Multi-use.
A multi-use house that's planned for next year's splash pad monitor.
He told me also at lunch that they're all prepared for the snow. He's gearing up for it, and they won't need to worry about an extra person outside because they got Dwayne still.
Yeah.
So he feels pretty good about that, so. And they've already talked about and coordinated how they're gonna handle things, so. Anything else? Any questions?
So when's that window lights gonna be up and ready to go? Do you know, are the lights already up and ready to go?
Oh, they're in process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Process.
Do you know when that's gonna start?
I don't know whether it's Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, so
or-
we
Oh,
always kind
by
of shoot for
thanks,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, by
You know, I always-
Thanksgiving, hopefully.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have pictures of the park with Santa on November 19th.
Well, that's gonna be worth taking a picture of.
And so so the goal is to get a large majority of them up by then, because people will be coming for the pictures.
And that's in the park here?
It'll be, I believe we're planning for the amphitheater, down in the amphitheater area. We're gonna have it decorated and Santa's gonna sit down there for pictures.
Cool.
Proceeds will go to the park department.
So, planning and zoning. Anything?
Short meeting, nothing really.
Please.
No updates.
No
Quiet month.
All right. Claim docket. Everybody have a chance to review it? Can I get a motion?
Motion we accept the clean docket.
Second.
Any discussion? The amount is $363,325.63.
Say that again.
363, 325.63.
Suspicious. So many threes.
I know.
3.
All right, do we already get second for that?
Yeah.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Good deal. Everybody's reviewed the, did we get a revenue history? I haven't seen the revenue detail.
Nope,
Okay,
forgot to print it, sorry.
okay, I got the payroll one right here, and you guys reviewed it, right? That's right. New business. You wanna give the solar update?
So things were chugging along with solar, and we had a couple developments. Basically, the water plant is ready to go, short of a connection process. And here at the new building, we stopped. The reason we stopped was the field was gonna take up more space than what we realized. On paper, it looked one way, and then real life looked another, and it was gonna take up too much of that, really just valuable ground.
Commercial space, yeah.
Yeah, so, we talked to them and came up with a solution for, moving over to the, triangle-shaped lot. Because of the shape of the lot, and because of all of the easements in that lot, there's not a lot of actual commercial usable space there. Don't really know what you could put in there. So we elected to move panels over there. The past, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, we've been negotiating with them on the exorbitant change order fees that they wanted for that. In person, it was going to be a minor expense here, a few $1,000s, and we'll get it over there. In reality, they started, first offer was $60-some thousand to move solar over there. We have gotten that down. It essentially just got to the point where it said, you know what, pack your stuff up. We'll rebid this with somebody else. Finally agreed to a reasonable number, right at $21,000.
You actually have the exact amount? I'll look for it.
I think it's 20,800.
Because we need to approve that probably. As a change order type. Additional expense.
Yes, but
They haven't
to
sent the change order yet, have they?
It's in the email.
soften that blow, there is some additional information. So give me just a second to get that other little, excuse me, I was a little off, 24,500. 578.
578. There it is. yeah.
24,578. To soften that blow is the reason that we held off was if we activate our system in 2023, so January 1st, if we activated it, we would then qualify for a 30% federal rebate on the entire project. And so the amount of our rebate will essentially dwarf this change order fee. Or we talk close to 100.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around $100,000 we'll get back of the original investment. So while it's unfortunate we had this change order, it really falls on me, myself primarily, for saying, yeah, let's put it here. Because keep in mind, that was the second change that we did from the roof just not working out. But in the end, we will generate a significant amount of power here and a significant amount of power with the water plant, and get quite a bit of money back.
From an aesthetic standpoint, how are we gonna hide the farm?
So my first thought was, well, we have to put a fence around.
Yeah.
Obligated to do that. I thought that we would put one of those greenery wraps around the fence and then put some actual greenery, trees, whatever, low growth trees around it, some stones to keep cars out of it, and that should suffice. It'll actually look better with something there than the current nothing there.
I was kind of wondering, I was toying around with the idea that we could make that an educational experience for the high school. Or and outside the fence is basically have some educational signs on the fence or something. I talking about what's solar, how much power solar generates, how much that project was, how much the payback would be, and maybe have a solar panel at the end of it that take it apart or something. I don't know, I just kind of think it out loud, because we're not going to use that land for anything else.
Yeah, there's also software that we can get that'll tie into a module that will show just how much power we're generating. Give you a bunch of statistics about it, not only current, but long-term trends, things like that. That falls right in line with that.
Now, will that take up that whole triangle?
No, just a fraction of it. The idea would be to use as close to Walnut Street as we can without obviously being a distraction or an obstacle of visibility. But that would still leave all of the rest of it, and I mean 75% of it on down.
Although it's hard to find out a good use for it.
Yeah.
That's why I thought
say
it's a park, you
it's the
know.
park, that's
Mhm.
the only thing I
I
can
mean,
think
there's like 20 feet in from the highway we can't use.
Yeah,
And then you've got this, on the other side of it, you've got the CSX right of way.
yeah.
that Goes beyond where the power's at.
Mhm.
It really just eats up that entire.
I was curious about getting a hold of the highway department and putting a right turn only coming from Anderson Road through there that would lessen the amount of traffic at the light.
Right now, I've actually thought of that too, but right now that might go right through the solar thing, so.
That's why they didn't know how
Do you know
far.
what it means?
Yeah,
Just
yeah, well,
come
it's
straight
pulled
off.
back, it's pulled back from Walnut. We can only get so close to that. It's as close, when I say it's as close as we get, it's as close as we can get with expansion
Yeah.
and easements in mind. But you couldn't, like, say, come off of 32 at a decent angle because you've already got the town sign there and the telephone company's easement and their fiber connection there.
Yeah, it's just too much. But I thought that would be a good idea otherwise, yeah. Anything else?
Not on that, no.
Okay.
So other than the ask of the board approving the change order.
Oh, yeah, can you get that approved? Can you get make a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve the change order in the solar project at a cost of $24,578.
Okay, I'll second it. All right. Any discussion? And keep in mind again, like Adam said, you take 30% of that, you're talking about, what, $8,000 comes off of that so the real cost is about 16. So,
Just to be clear, like the panels you guys were just talking about, go moving as close to Walnut Street as you can, and stuff like that, that's the town hall, right?
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I needed to know.
right.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Thank you. Sanitation fees and snowbirds, this came up, I don't know, a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Whether or not we should do anything, I don't think we necessarily have to act on this tonight. You know, we can just talk about it and see what, but anyway, it came up that, what happens when I go to Florida from now until May, do I still have to pay my $9.75 sanitation fee? When I'm not using
Stormwater
it?
fee,
A storm-
and your
Storm-
sanitation. fee.
It's both.
But if you own it's written in our ordinance, if there's a residence on the property, they pay the stormwater fee and they pay the pit fee for the water. Now, if you remove your trash cans, we can pull them away, but the problem is that our trash contract is bid on so many customers. So if you don't make them pay, we're still paying for them. So
I haven't been thinking about the stormwater at all. I guess it's almost thing, I'm gonna.
that's a constant fee if you have a residence.
Right,
I mean, this is the first time it's come
Yeah,
up,
but-
and we have lots of people that go to Florida, so.
I mean, the stormwater's working no matter what,
Yeah, that's, yeah.
so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, I'm against it. Our trash rates, like Amy said, are negotiated, based off the number of people, based off of a 12-month cycle. Stormwater, doesn't matter if you're living there or not, that's happening. And our water rates are as low as we can possibly get them. And it's essentially consumption-based,
Mhm.
plus, whatever minor administrative fee. It's not like your cable bill, where, it's a national thing and it's, you're not using it anyhow, that type of thing. But this is totally different. I think we're too small of an organization to entertain that.
What do you think, Jeremy?
I kind of agree with that. It's doesn't make any sense to give them a break on the trash. Cause like they said, it's in the contract, X amount of trash cans. And all they're gonna pay on water is a minimum we're not using for it.
Right.
So I don't see that as a need.
Simply give them a free wristband.
You have anything to add?
I'm sure a 95-year-old lady would be really glad to have that.
Do you have anything?
No, I'm in agreement with that, but I just thought it was something we really ought to discuss and brought up. I think anytime residents raise an issue, we ought to discuss it and then come up with a reasonable response.
Mr. Granger?
I agree with, what you guys are saying. And if you let somebody slide, they're gonna come back early, start using the trash. And then you're gonna get into an argument, well, I came back this day, and how do you,
Right.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, when's
Keep
the
it like
cutoff,
it is.
when's the restart?
How do you police that?
Yeah, that's,
Well, take cans away.
yeah.
Okay.
Which is more expensive.
Yeah, because it's more time, yeah, it's,
Sounds like we're unanimous then, right? So, okay. Anything else? That's all I have for tonight.
We can go a little longer,
Oh, wow.
because we cannot break the record.
I do have one question.
we have a kid that has to go to soccer
I
training.
have $2,600 spent on the Suburban. What was that about?
Is that the lights
The Suburban.
on James's car?
I bet that was supposed
I
to be,
saw that.
go
I
to
can't
either,
remember where I saw it.
that, I bet that's just not reflective, it was supposed to come out of the lease, right?
I would have to see what
It was
they're
some
talking
kind of
about.
metal thing that said, I can't remember where I saw it now. I wrote it down, so.
Any expense that's
Tom,
related
give me
to,
was it on this claim docket?
Yeah.
It's in that folder. The invoice is in the folder that would tell you what it is. I'll go
any
back up.
any expense
I'll let you-
related to getting that vehicle police ready was supposed to have come out of the lease, and I know
We
what.
were presented with the bill, so we paid the bill,
Yeah,
but I have not heard back on whether
that's it, so we should be getting a credit back from the leasing company.
somehow, or well, no,
Or
yeah, we should be getting a
reimbursement.
check or reimbursement because
Okay.
I think if that's what it was. I don't know, James was checking in on that. We did mention it to him.
Because that one just kind of stood
Well,
out.
you can look in the folder would have the documentation.
I saw it too, I know. Yeah, it's in,
Was it in here?
It'll have the invoice.
I'm positive that's what it is.
probably.
It probably
was
is.
those lights and, the whole.
All the setup.
and Things like that, yeah.
Oh, it's a modification of a new vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's the
That
new
makes more
Suburban
sense.
and they have to add
But we
police
shouldn't
lights
have
and
that
police
expense.
package to it.
Right.
But you did ring my bell on, another item. And there's two police vehicles that have been in desperate need for, brakes for a while, and we have been waiting, for GM to get, OEM parts for this. Well, it got to the point where, front and rears were grinding. So we took them to Midas and just got aftermarket put on there. But because of that,
To the brake warranty.
no. Well, I think they're out of warranty anyhow. No, so it's just not OEM. Because of that, I think there's gonna be two, $900 brake jobs coming through.
It will be on the next one probably.
Yeah, front, rear, parts, labor, so.
I don't need to find it, since I know what that is, that's why I was wondering what it was, I couldn't tell from the descriptor in it.
I do have one other item, and I sent this out because it had to be signed before the meeting for that pre-construction meeting for the stormwater, so I just wanted to get a formal approval on that. We had to, because of the stormwater project, we had to hire a, let me get it right here. Labor Standards Officer. This is a person who makes sure that we're following the Davis-Bacon Act and anything to do with that, does interviews with the employees that are working on the stormwater project and blah, 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 all this other stuff. And it's just something that we had to do. And so I wrote everybody on the board, it's $9,500 and it comes out of the bond fee, bond payment. So it's not costing the town anything right now. So
What's the
anyway,
position called again?
it's the LSO, Labor Standards Officer. And that person, who was recommended by, because I didn't know anybody could do that, was recommended by Commonwealth, was out of the Klein Peter Consulting Group. And so I signed the contract, but I want you guys to want a motion and approve it officially. But this is not the signed version, so. So can I get a motion to approve this? I know you weren't happy that we had to pay more, but, you know, that's the way it is.
Make a motion that we approve the,
Labor standards.
the labor standards professional services fee, of whatever, 98, no more than $9,800.
The reason we're kind of disgruntled is because this wasn't told to us before the whole thing. It would have had to have been done, but it should have been told to us back in August,
The cost.
first of
part the
September. It's
price.
just,
Yes.
Since they knew about it.
yeah,
You need a second for you to discuss.
Steve already said.
But you already said
it.
So did, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I can get all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, good. Thank you.
It's one more thing for you. I'm not gonna know the guy who can do it.
Yeah, I know. It's just all like
I think
that.
Terry had something.
Terry, you have something?
Yeah. John's sitting up there, I think you four gentlemen need to start wearing a suit and tie.
You can't even see us tied from out there.
He looks nice sitting up there.
John, do you have anything we need to do?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I think John looks very extinguished. I mean, distinguished.
Like a booster seat.
All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Let's get out of here. He actually. Yeah.
I know it's $3.
So, I took him on Monday.
Sure, you doing okay there? Hanging in there.
You didn't have to take him.
Been knowing for the years, blowing leaves.
And domestic.
Been knowing and blowing leaves.
Yes,
No, I'm not done. One more time.
That coach, that bear, I hear you.
Really?
He's out there waiting.
Yeah. Good, how about you?
Oh, really? What about this?